Hi guys, welcome back. This is going to be something different, a tutorial on setting up a locomotive with LED lights, directional LED lights, I should say. Um, there's there's a few out there already on YouTube, but I thought there's a few that's on a Facebook page. Pretty much, yeah. They every time I've posted up anything to do with them, they're pretty much asking on certain things, and like, well, instead of keep responding to them saying that this is how you do this, I thought, well, I might as well do a tutorial. Anyways, so yeah, there's going to be a bug cut wiring up for headlights and ditch lights. So stay tuned. I'll now switch to the other camera. For a start, yeah, bug cut or whatever you're going to be using. Second of all, you are going to need the optic fibre. Now, of course, you can get 0.75 millimeter, or you can get 0.5. Whatever, really, it comes down to whatever you want it for. But yeah, anyway, little bit of 250 at junction models. Then you'll be needing these. Like, you don't have to, but I'll like it as a sense of, you can, for example, for my dad's bug cart, it's got the roll band still. And if you already got, as this one's already been done and finished, but yeah, of course those roll bands are just there to keep it in place. They're not the actual proper roll bands. But either way, so pretty much for me to do maintenance on it, it's best to actually make it so I can actually disconnect the shell to the bottom of the actual rail cart, so that way I can push the shell aside. It's got all the wiring and all the lightings and all that stuff. I can put that aside and continue doing what I need to do. So that's the purpose of that. As I said, you don't need it. It's not a must, but it's handy to have. Now, also you need a little hand drill. The lighter is up to you. I use it to take the rubber off the wires. Now, of course, this is what I have for the wires. Pretty much, you can get it over at complete mind bank then. Osrail, you can get them. You can probably get them from other places as well, but that's what you can get at Osrail. Now, these are the resistors I use on the LEDs. If anybody is requiring, you can get them from J-Cars, anywhere that does electronics. Of course, in America, if any guys in America is watching it, they don't have J-Cars, well, as far as I know. Of course, a battery to test, or a power supply, whatever. Of course, you need your LEDs. Of course, if you're like me that forgets, long wire is the plus. You're going to be using the 3mm, not the 5mm. Hence, here they are. Now you want the clear, the red, another clear, and another red. So yeah, so pretty much. Oh yeah, and also you'll require double-sided tape. That's your choice, double-sided tape, or hot glue gun, whatever, to stick down in the bottom along here, just to keep the LEDs and wiring all up there, so they don't get in the way of the mechanics of the actual loco. You will need the two lots of actual heat shrink tubing. Now you want one that actually will go over the actual LED to block out any shine off the LED, so you don't see the reflection of it or anything like that through the windows of your loco. And the small one, you want that for pretty much as small as you can, because pretty much this is what you're going to use to cover up the wiring, the bare wire. Pretty much, I can't remember what sizes these were. I just went to of what looks good, in the sense that will actually fit over the actual I'll get this one later, the resistor. So it needs to fit over the resistor. Also, I do use it to actually to try to eliminate, pretty much where it comes to splitting the optic fiber from the one LED into two lights. You want the shrink the rubber tubing to actually, so you can actually link it into it, so that way you don't have to use anything else. It's just put it in there and away you go. But yeah, so this is pretty much what we're going to be doing. And of course you need a soldering iron, of course. Prefer one with the alligator clips, the helping hands. They actually help nicely. Of course you want your solder. Doesn't matter what it is, just as long as it's solder. Like some people say, get the unleaded stuff and all that healthy stuff. Right? Do whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's your project, your life. Do what you like. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, don't use this, don't use that. That's your choice. Of course, your wire cutters. Of course, tweezers do come in handy occasionally. So you want tweezers. If you've got the tweezers that actually clamp as you let go type of thing, then great. I don't have that, but it would be great if you do. So yeah, so pretty much that's what you will require to do a set of lights. Of course, you don't have to use these 3mm LEDs. You could use smaller LEDs if you want. Like, I do have some really, I don't know if you can see through them. Yeah, you can just see it. These LEDs, they got a little lump on them. I originally was going to use them, but because of the actual the square or rectangle on top of, but what do you want to call it, that where the wires go into, because of that, it doesn't actually go where I want it to go, because like where that is, when you actually turn inside out, you've got the windows in the way. You've got the headlight that's sitting there. when you turn around, you've got the roof in the way. So you can't really use them. But if you've got something that has nothing in the way, then go right ahead, use them. And the place I got them from was Oztronics in town. As I said, this is I'm talking about Adelaide here, so yeah, I don't know if anybody, if any other state has them, but as I said, you can get them. You can even get smaller things, smaller LEDs and that. Actual ones that are already pre-wired and all that stuff. You can get them online. I don't buy online, but either way, whatever. Okay, so let's get. Also, if you want to do the purpose of your pickups for your actual wiring, I'm not going to do that today, but you want to get things like something like this. You can use copper tubing as well if you want, but these are just perfect for fitting onto the actual axles of your actual bogie, of your wheels. They're great. You can get them at J-Cars. This is the actual one. Focus for you. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, J-Cars actually sell them. So you get a decent amount in there. Not that expensive. I can't remember the price. It didn't actually say on there. No, they're not that expensive. So yeah, so you can use them. Just put the solder the wire onto them, and yeah, so pretty much grab one of my old bug carts. So pretty much, of course, you can't use these ones because these are not made for it. But pretty much put the tube on the axle, solder wire from the actual, from this or whatever you're going to use, and pretty much you put the solder in, feed it in, same on the other side, or even go on the other side, whichever way you want to go, and then there's your pickups. Of course you can go and bloody get actual pickups that are actually been pre-made and all that stuff. You can do that, but that's the way you can do it, and they work very well. You can also get capacitors so you can stop flickering if it needs to be. But yeah, alright, we'll get to it. I'm going to switch back over to the other one and put this on the tripod so that way I can have both hands. Alright, I'll catch you soon. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I did a big goof. Only 2 of them requires, like these 2 here, only 2, the red ones, only need the wires. These white ones don't need wires, as they don't need wires on the actual resistor, because they are, well, actually rephrase that, they do need wires, but they don't need that short wire, they need the long wire on that. So again, make sure the light is out of the way. Done. Put that out of the way, and now we put now we take this wire, the short wire, and we join it to the negative on the other wire, on the white globe, LED. So we do that. And then we join the longer wires to the resistor on the white LED and the negative on the red LED. Again, I'll cut back to you guys when that's done. Okay, welcome back. Pretty much after I pressed pause on the recording, I remembered I still needed to show you guys how to do the heat shrink, or the tubing. So I just did all the wiring and didn't do no shrinkage of the tubing. So you'll see here, it's all on the tubing. Here, also with the tubing. Now, with this tubing here, because of the wire so small, it's not exactly going to do much. So, because of, you might have to get smaller to do this. But I think this is the smallest you can get. I'm not too sure. I'm quite sure I got the smallest. But either way, if you get smaller, great. But either way, so pretty much all you need to do with this, now I'll move it over here a little bit more. Get that out of the way. Okay. Now, first things first, your tip of your actual soldering iron. Give it a clean. So it's all nice and clean. You don't want leftover solder on these things. Now, pretty much all you need to do, now what I'll do is do the big one first, so it makes it easier for you guys to see it. Now, with this here, all you need to do, just, that'll do. Now, you want to touch the tubing with only this part here. Yeah. So this part here, you want to touch it here. Not here, not here, here. And only for a little while. You don't want to burn it, you just want to shrink it. And also at the same time, you don't want it to stay on there too long. You might damage the actual resistor or even the LED. So just do that, and then do that. You'll slowly see you can see the resistor slowly making its way in the shape. You just keep doing that until you're happy with it. Alright, with the resistor, because the resistor's got bumps, you don't really need to go any further with that. As long as you know that's not going to move, the resistor is stopping that from moving. Now if you do a mistake, all you need to do is get your knife and then slowly nip out the actual tubing to the point where you've got here, so you got there to the actual top, this part here, pretty much free. So that way you can pretty much just slide it off if you do a mistake. But anyway, so you always will get occasionally a bit of solder. Occasionally, just scrape it off, slowly and gently. Just scrape it off, because you don't want that to be there, because that could also cause problems down the track. But pretty much that's all you need to do. Again, with this one here, this will never physically stay there unless you put a big blob of solder on that. So if you put a big blob of solder on that little bit of wire, then, and make sure if you do that, make sure it is rounded, not a sharp point to it, because that will pierce into the tubing if you have a great big, if you have a nice sharp edge to the solder. So you make sure the solder is rounded off as much as possible. Like if it's got a point sticking out type of thing, it might be alright, but if it's pointing up out of it, then it's going to be a problem. So you could put, so yeah, so you could put a bit more of a dab of solder on there to give that something to grip onto. But overall, as long as that is to the point where it no longer does that, that's all you're looking at. Because at the end of the day, once this is in your loco, rail cart, whatever you're putting it into, this is not going to move. So it doesn't matter if it's to that point where you can still do that with it. As long as it's not going to move, why it's like that. Because you don't want, oh yeah, travelling to, like for example, you're travelling to a mate's place or whatever with it, and just travelling will do that. You don't want that. So, again, with this, because it's so close to the LED, you want to be extra careful. Because you don't want any heat on that LED. So you just tab it. Just slowly tab it. Or dab it, whatever. Trying to get it as small as you possibly can make it. Because as I said, it will not physically it will not go any smaller. It will go to a certain point, and that's as far as it will go. It will start burning if you go any further. Now, as I said, see that now, of course, give it force, it will slowly come off. But physically, that could probably do a little bit more. Be careful, we don't want to unsolder it. But yeah, that's better. Now it won't come off as easy. Alright, you can see you can easily take it off, but that's not going to come off. It's staying there. Okay, so that's how you use the shrink. So yeah, I'll continue on until I've got everything all wired up. And so that way you guys can see it. So pretty much what's going to happen now is for this, because this is pretty much what it's set up as. So you've got your both red wires there. And of course I still got to do the shrink on this one. But you've got also the black wires. Now these are matching, as they're exactly the same, only the difference is the wires are different. So now, all I've got to the left is 2 more wires to solder. They will go onto there and there. So there'll be a black and there'll be a black. And on this one, red, and that will be a red. And then once that's done, it'll be all soldered to this. Of course, you'll want this one here. This is the one you want to solder onto, the small piece. Because you want this one here, because like you don't have to, but you can always mount this, glue it, whatever, to the actual body of the actual locomotive or whatever you're doing it to. So that way, that's connected, for example, so you've got, for example, that could be sitting glued right there type of thing. Well, of course it wouldn't be there because that's where the motor would be on the other one, but for this, for example, you have it glued there, and then that way you can just come along and connect it up, unconnect it any given time. Trying to get it to a point, yeah, that's better. So you can connect it up. There you go. Maintenance, take it out, and that's always going to be there, and that's not going to be in the way. You can do it that way, whichever, as I said, it's your choice. You don't even have to do this. You can just have it so once this is all done, out of the way you. Alright, put that down there. Pretty much you can have it so this wire here and the black wire goes directly onto wherever you're soldering onto. You can do that if you want to. But either way, again, I'll pause it and yeah, I'll see you when all this is done. Yeah, I'm back. Now, I actually did do a bit of a boo-boo at the start, but not exactly. Now the wire that I got pretty much was told, I told you to do not solder, was correct in the sense that it wasn't supposed to be on that at that stage. You could have kept it on there because it does go back on there. Because yeah, I actually had a complete, just a yeah, stuff. Yeah, mine just went completely haywire. But yeah, so pretty much what I've done is I've taken both the small wire and the long wire and soldered it like that. So all it is just your two wires soldered onto the other side of the red LED. So the negative of the LEDs. Okay. And all I need to do now is just connect on both. This is not just this one. This is on both. All I need to do now is connect the small black wire or the small red wire to the white LED on the positive. And once that's done, of course, you need your shrink, your shooting tubing as well is required. Same idea again. And that fell down, I see. Of course, it won't fall down. Why? It's just me moving around and shit. Now, of course, once that's all done, just get here. This small wire, they're annoying sometimes. Alright, so now, just because that actual wire is connected, just be on the safe side, right? Just pretend, alright? Now those two, no matter what side you are on, doesn't matter. This must link up to the exact same color coded as what the wires are. Doesn't matter which side you got, this side or you got the other side. It doesn't matter. These must connect to exactly the same color. Hence the reason why you require to have red and black, because that's what these are, red and black. So that way, well, you don't need to have the exact same colors, but it's best to have the same colors so that way you'll know that that's the positive, that's the negative, and that's how you'll know. But you can have whatever color you like, just as long as you know that that color is the positive and that color is the negative. That's all you need to know. So yeah, so what we'll do is you pick a side, whichever side you want, to link it up with the actual the main wire. Alright, and then once you've done that, then you take the other side and you link that side up with the shrink tube, and then that's done. And now all you have to do is just check connect it and check it out and see if it works. As I said, make sure that you, well, technically you can do it any way you like, but that's the way I connect them up, as in the sense of have two of these, have one set connected as what I've done with these. So you got these two wires connected into one area. So pretty much have these two wires, so you have these two wires here connected up to this, so they're exactly the same. Again, I'll get back to you and I'll show you what I've done. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, so pretty much that's it, been done and ready to be wired up to the actual. Yeah, I might bring that back down. Yeah, that's a lot better. Actually, put it that way. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Stay. Alright, so yeah, so pretty much that's the way you wire it up. So you've got the red with the two long wires as well, and then branches off into the white LED. Get here. Right. So yeah. Hopefully that can be seen. Really need to put it on this one. Right. Right. Okay. So yeah, again, these wires, you want to, no matter which one it is, because see, again, these are all exactly the same. The only difference is, as you'll see, that you will see that where the resistors are, they're different coloured wires. I don't know if that can be seen or not. But yeah, so the two centers are where the resistors are, and they got the two different colour wires. That's the only difference. So that's be the front, or that be the front, whichever way you wire it up. Either way, actually, sorry, whichever way your pickups are wired, I should say. Because on my dad's old bug cart, the motor is actually facing the opposite direction to every other motor that I've come across. That's an easy fix, but I'm not going to touch it. It's his. He can do what he likes with it. I only just did the job that I need to do, which is putting lights in. So I had to wire it up so it's pretty much what's going on here? Go away. Alright. So yeah, so I pretty much had to wire it up so it was the opposite to what you normally would do in the same concept as negative would be on the negative and so forth, but on my dad's it was negative on the positive. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, so pretty much now what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be stripping back these, now, also at the same time that, like this one here, worked out great. It actually turned out to be pretty much spot on. with where the wires ended up. Then this one here, was that tiny bit out of whack. You only get that. What you gotta do is just snip it off and to make it all nice and flush. Like with the original one, well, with the one that I did with the actual the main brug cart, I had something like that. That's the way I had it set. That's the way it ended up being, because I was actually using leftovers. I wasn't actually cutting it to exact length. I was just using what was left over to when I first did the attempt. As this is not the first design I had. I've actually done a few different designs. The first design would have been fine if I didn't have to take it apart to actually do maintenance. But since his is a rubber band motor, or a rubber band shaft to wheels, it's going to be maintenance is going to be done to it every so often when the rubber bands break. So it didn't work out too well. So I pretty much, that's what I did. I just used what I had already and done this design. This time I've actually physically cut the wires to length, so it's all perfect. There's as close as I can get it. And again, only reason why that's out of shape is because that was cut a little bit less or a little bit more to what this one was. That's the only difference. Alright, again, I will carry on. Now what I'll do is I'll do this, so that way it is done and dusted. Yep. So nice and level. And now I go grabbing this. No, I'll wait on that. I'll do this first. That's a bit on the tougher side doing it that way. Alright. It's a little tiny bit. Yep. Okay. That's fine. It did tear a little tiny bit, but that's fine. That's going to be covered, so that should be fine. Okay, I've got to make sure it gets covered, I should say. Right, now, do the same with this. Now this needs a little bit more. Off, thank you. Okay, that's been done. Okay, now twist that so it gets that all nice and, oh yeah, with the putting, I'll just use the spare one I've got here, putting the actual black tubing onto your LED. Now of course it's not going to go properly on. Right, you can sit there and try twist and twist and twist. You might eventually get it on there. But be honest with you, best way to do it is grab your tweezers or whatever you find, put in there and just stretch it. Of course, if you got crappy ones, they only bend, but pretty much, yeah, just stretch, stretch, to the point where you can go pop straight over the top of it. And that's all you need to do. Of course, if you're using, I now got free hands, so I can actually get one of these out. Now, if you're using one of these, focus, will you focus? No, it doesn't want to focus. But if you're using one of these things will just go straight over it without no problems. So, bear in mind, these are just a tiny little bit smaller. Again, I see. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, gotta get the crap out of me. My phone told me that I was running out of room, so I had to quickly get everything off the phone, so and on the computer, so I can actually continue. I've gone off and did the last bit off camera anyway. Pretty much I soldered up the wires, the long wires to the actual connector. As you can see, that's all been wired up. That's better. Alright, so at one end, got the other end, the shrink tubing, and then that's done. Now of course, yeah, excuse me. So yeah, I'll put the shrink on over it, and then yes, down to testing it to make sure it's all working. So let's get that done. Yeah. Now I've probably made these just a tad too long, as yeah, it needed pretty much to there, but figured, well, why not? I got plenty of it. Not like it's expensive. It's really the black tubing that I've got to get more of, but this this blue tubing, I got lots of it. That's better. Okay, this. Now, since this has actually got the thicker cable as well, this will actually stay a lot better than what the thin cable does. I won't guarantee that it won't move, but it's got less chances of it moving. Okay, that's that one done. Again, still can move, but it's less chances of it moving. I probably could go a little bit more there, but overall, as long as it doesn't move when the loco is getting moved around to place, that's all that matters. Right. That's with pretty much any wiring. If it's going to sit there as physically, that's not going to go anywhere type of thing, then fair enough. But if it is physically something's going to keep moving it, then yeah, it needs to be joined. Alright, let's do this side. Now of course, something you could do over the actual stent of the actual all the wiring and all that stuff you're doing. Now I don't have one, so I can't really do that. But if you got an LED tester, they actually work quite nicely, because nothing worse than getting all this all done and then find out the LED doesn't work to begin with. Or your resistor started to fry when you actually, because you did something, you had the iron on it for too long. Anyway, let's see if we get some lights or not. Now, let me do you. Gotcha. Again, grab this. Now, I've actually got this connected up the wrong way, and I just haven't got around to connecting it properly, but I know that is. So technically speaking, yeah, I'm going it the wrong way, but that's because the wiring on the back of the controller is the wrong way. Anyway, let's see if we got some working lights. Just set this up. Gotta untangle it. That's better. Right. Okay, let's set this up so get some stuff out of the way. So you're not touching each other. Actually, through here. That's better. Okay, then there. Stay there. Stay. Right. Right. Okay, I'll bring this down so you guys can see it. Okay. Alright, let's see what we get. What if I switch the power on? It usually does help. Okay. We've got light. We got light. Okay. That is working. Okay. Now I can disconnect it. This bloody thing will let me. Thank you. Okay, so that's it. Pretty much that's the entire thing. Now, of course, when you wire it to the body, you want one to go to the body frame, and you want the other one to go to the motor. That's the way to set it up. Each motor is different. If you're, in this case as a trailer, you want it connected up to the, where they go on. No, don't you go do that. Excuse me. Alright, so you want these. Alright, so again, so you have one end of this onto the tubing to be connected to there. The other one will be connected to there. Or you can have it so one's on this side and the other one's on this side. Or you can have it so you've got two connectors coming out of there, two connectors coming in from there and going into these. Either way, whichever way you want to do it. Either way, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps. I'm not an expert. But again, I did it for the sake of, because people keep asking on how to do this. And pretty much, yeah. So yeah, to actually, yes, I will actually do this next part as well. I should do. Now, for example, you got that, and I'll grab two of you. That'll do. Alright, come here, you. Oh, you. Thank you. Alright, now, way I do these. What colours? Grab a little bit more green. Yep. And I'll do it. There you go. Put you up there so I don't lose you. Okay. Okay. Right. Now I'll grab the optic fibre and poke it through. So both of them are through. Alright. Now you just want it so it's just hanging out. And pretty much all you do is just put it straight in there. And then spread it out and put it into the holes that's on the loco. And all you need to do is just take your lighter. Now I'll use a little bit that I don't care about. Okay. And yeah, so pretty much just so that, and this, I will say this, only do it little bits because you don't want to burn your front end of your loco. So all you need to do, just take your lighter and just do that. And then that way you've got your little knob, which pretty much makes your glass bulb look like on your loco. And that's all you need to do. Again, take that, lighter, and that's all you need to do. And you take yeah. And pretty much all you need to do is just do this. Now turn the light on. And pretty much there's your light. And do it any way you like. You'll get your light. And of course, same goes with this. It's like there, and you got your light on that. You got two lights coming from the same source. And that's all you need to do. You don't have to have two, you can have multiple. If you, for example, if you don't want it if you don't want it going to directional lighting, like if you want it so you got ditch lights lighting up both ways, doesn't make a difference. Well then, yeah, you can have one light that does the whole lot. It's just as long as you can get the optic fibre to each hole in your model. Anyway, I hope that helps. Again, I can show you how it's actually the finished product. Now again, well, this is actually the rubber band. Now, what I'll do is, yeah, so this is going to sound crap because it's not exactly the right rubber bands, and just, yeah, it does struggle a bit. But anyway, let's just get this running. Now, this is going to probably be the wrong way, so I can't remember which way this goes. But still, it doesn't make any difference, it still works. Switch the power back on. Okay. Got light. Got ditch lights. Turn around the other way. We got ditch lights. We got light. Okay, that's it. So yeah, give us a like, give comments, subscribe. I'll be doing more of them if you guys want me to. I've got mine to do eventually. This is the reason why I don't like these. That happens. But my dad likes to keep it original, so I don't care. Anyway, yeah, so mine over here, I still got to do mine. I'm not in no rush at doing them, as I've got the new one, or newer, and they're actually better looking. But yeah, I'll eventually will get mine done eventually, my old ones. See, I've got the mechanical one. I don't have rubber band ones anymore. I've got the gears, which is very easy to have. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya.